Have you ever worked really hard on something, like genuinely poured yourself into it, and then watched one single moment unravel everything? Not because you were lazy, not because you weren't talented enough, but because you didn't see it coming. You didn't read the room. You didn't feel the tide shift beneath your feet until you were already underwater. That's what I want to talk to you about today, because this week, March 29th to April 4th, 2026, is not a regular week. It doesn't flow in a straight line. It builds, it pivots, it tests you, and then it rewards you. But only if you know what's coming. I want you to meet two people, Sarah and Mark. Sarah has studied the tide chart. She knows exactly when the water rises and when it pulls back, and she has positioned herself accordingly. Mark is a good person, smart even, but he's just hoping for the best and calling it going with the flow. By the end of this episode, you'll know which one you've been. And more importantly, you'll know which one you're going to choose to be starting right now. I'm Judith. This is Cosmic Code. Let's get into it. Before we go day by day, I need to give you the frame, the big picture that holds this entire week together. 2026 is a universal year 1. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 6 equals 10, and 10 reduces to 1. And in numerology, the year 1 is the first page of a brand new 9-year chapter. It is about beginnings, initiative, planting seeds that you will be harvesting years from now. So here's what that means for you practically. Every single decision you make this week, every financial move, every conversation you choose to have or avoid, every habit you start or abandon, it is not just about this week. It is setting a tone, a direction, a foundation that the next 9 years of your life will be built on. No pressure, but also, yes, a little pressure, because you deserve to know that. All right. Let's walk through the week together. Sunday opens in a 3 energy. And before I explain what that means, I want you to feel it. Think about the last time you had an idea so good it made you laugh. An electric, childlike surge of giddiness. What if I actually do this? That creative fire drives you to grab a notebook or call your best friend for 2 hours of brainstorming possibilities. That is 3 energy. And here's the historical moment that perfectly mirrors it. On March 29, 1886, a pharmacist named John Pemberton in Atlanta, Georgia, brewed the very first batch of what would become Coca-Cola. He wasn't building a global empire that day. He wasn't writing a 50-page business plan. He was just experimenting. He was playing, letting the spark lead without needing to know where it was going. That is your Sunday. For your money today, I don't want you moving anything. Don't sign contracts, don't make big purchases. What I want you to do instead is give yourself full permission to brainstorm. What income streams have been quietly living in the back of your mind? What skill do you have that you've never monetized? Write it down. All of it. Let the ideas breathe without judgment. The 3 energy is not built for executing. It is built for generating. Sarah fills 3 pages of her notebook today. Mark talks about his ideas to anyone who will listen until the energy is gone and the page is still blank. For love today, stop rehearsing what you're going to say and just say it. The 3 rules: communication and self-expression. If you've been holding back, whether it's affection, appreciation, or even a difficult truth, today is the day it wants to come out. And if you're single, hear this. Your natural charm and wit are at their absolute peak on a 3-day. You don't need a strategy. Just show up as yourself, fully and without apology, and let that do the work. For your health, move for joy today, not obligation. Dance in your kitchen. Take a long walk with someone you love. Try cooking something new. The 3 energy governs the throat chakra, so nourish your voice. Sing, speak, laugh loudly. And if you feel scattered or all over the place today, that's the 3 being oversalted. The antidote is simple. Grab a pen and write it down. Ground the spark on paper. And then Monday arrives, and everything shifts. We move from Sunday's creative fire directly into the 4 energy. And the 4 is heavy, structured, unromantic. Some of you are going to feel the resistance immediately. You're still buzzing from Sunday's ideas, and the 4 is going to feel like someone turned the lights off at the party. Let me tell you why that resistance is exactly what you need to push through. March 30th, 1867. The United States purchased Alaska from Russia for $7.2 million. The press called it Seward's folly. People genuinely laughed. They couldn't see the value because they couldn't see the foundation being laid. Decades later, Alaska proved to be one of the most strategically and economically significant acquisitions in American history. The 4 energy doesn't ask you to be exciting. It asks you to be right. For your money today, I need you to hear something that might surprise you. Monday, not Friday, is your most important financial day of this entire week. This is where real wealth is actually built. Sit down with your numbers. Review your budget line by line. Track your expenses from the last month. Set up that savings transfer you've been putting off for 3 weeks. Create or refine your financial plan for the next quarter. It will feel tedious. Do it anyway, because boring on Monday is what makes powerful possible on Friday. For love today brings stability. This is not the day for grand romantic gestures or emotionally charged conversations. It is the day to simply show up reliably. Have the practical conversation. Shared goals, finances if you're in a committed partnership, long-term plans. The 4 energy rewards groundedness. If you've been inconsistent in your relationship lately, today is the day to course correct quietly and without drama. For your health, this is the day to build your routine for the entire week. Meal prep. Schedule your workouts. Set a consistent sleep time and actually honor it. The 4 energy is not about intensity, it is about consistency. 1 good workout every day this week beats 1 brutal session, and then nothing. Sarah builds her wall brick by brick today. Mark thinks he will wing it and wonders why he's always starting over. Okay, Tuesday. This is the day I most want to prepare you for. We hit the 5 energy today. And the 5 is unlike anything else in the numerological week. It is dynamic. It is unpredictable. It is the energy of change, freedom, and disruption. And it does not ask for your permission before it arrives. March 31st, 1889. The Eiffel Tower officially opened in Paris. And here's what most people don't know: the public hated it. Artists and intellectuals signed a petition calling it an eyesore. They wanted it torn down. It was jarring. It didn't fit the aesthetic of anything around it. It was a disruption that people weren't ready for. Today is your Eiffel Tower day. For your money today, stay alert but stay measured. The 5 energy can bring unexpected financial opportunities, a conversation that opens a door, an idea that clicks into place, a connection that leads somewhere real. But it can also bring impulsive spending and poorly timed decisions. Keep a buffer. If something feels like a shortcut, look twice. The windfalls are real today, but so are the traps. For love today, inject spontaneity. Surprise your partner with something unplanned. A different restaurant, a drive with no destination, a question you've never asked before. The 5 energy is allergic to routine, and relationships that feel stale right now will feel it most acutely today. If you're single, pay attention to unexpected encounters. The 5 loves to introduce people in the most unlikely places. For your health today, try something completely new. A workout class you've never done. A trail you've never walked. A recipe that intimidates you a little. The 5 energy thrives on novelty, and your body responds to being surprised. Just watch the tendency toward overindulgence. The 5 can tip toward excess quickly. And here is the most important thing I want to say about Tuesday. If a plan breaks today, do not fight it. The 5 energy is specifically designed to expose where you are too rigid, where you've been holding on to something that stopped serving you a long time ago. When the disruption comes, and it will come, Sarah smiles, adjusts, and keeps moving. Mark has a full meltdown and loses the rest of the day. The lesson of Tuesday is this: the Eiffel Tower is still standing. The petition is forgotten. Disruption and greatness are often the same thing wearing different clothes. Wednesday brings us into the 6 energy. And after Tuesday's chaos, this feels like exhaling. The 6 is about home, family, harmony, responsibility toward the people you love. It is the energy that says, come back to your center. Tend to your people. Restore what matters. April 1st, 1976. Apple was founded in a garage. And I know people think of Apple as this massive world-changing corporation, and it is. But on day 1, it was just a small tribe of people who believed in each other enough to build something together. That's the 6. It's not about the empire. It's about the inner circle that makes the empire possible. For your money today, shift your focus to shared finances. If you're in a partnership, sit down together and talk about household expenses, savings goals, or financial decisions that affect both of you. The 6 energy rewards fairness and balance in financial conversations. This is also a good day to review any financial commitments you've made to family members and make sure everything feels equitable. For love today, this is your strongest day of the entire week. Full stop. The 6 energy is made for deep connection. Prioritize quality time. Put the phone down. Cook together. Have the kind of conversation that reminds you why you chose this person. If there's been tension simmering beneath the surface, today is the day to address it, but with warmth, not accusation. The 6 responds to care, not combat. For your health today, be restorative. A gentle yoga session. A long, slow home-cooked meal. A bath. A walk without headphones. Your body has been through Sunday's creativity, Monday's discipline, and Tuesday's disruption. It needs to be held today, not pushed. One caution with the 6 energy: can tip into overgiving. You can become so focused on tending to everyone else that you forget to tend to yourself. Fix your inner circle today. But do not become a martyr for everyone else's unresolved baggage. The lesson of Wednesday is this: the most powerful things in the world were built by people who took care of each other first. Thursday moves us into the 7 energy. And I want you to sit with that for a second before I say anything else. The 7 is the most interior energy in the entire numerological sequence. It is the energy of analysis, introspection, spiritual awareness, and deep inner logic. It does not perform. It does not network. It does not hustle. Thinks. April 2nd, 1792. The United States Coinage Act was signed into law, establishing the first national mint and creating a federal monetary system. Think about what that actually was. It was a group of people sitting down and asking, what is the underlying logic of how we exchange value? How do we build a system that is fair, reliable, and built to last? That is 7 energy at its finest. Not action. Architecture. For your money today, I need you to do something that will feel uncomfortable. Do not act. Research only. Read the financial reports you've been avoiding. Study the investment you've been considering. Consult an advisor if you have access to one. The 7 energy is not the day to sign or commit. It is the day to understand. The decisions you make on Friday will be exponentially better if you do the quiet work today. For love today, resist the urge to fill the silence with social plans. The 7 is asking for depth, not breadth. One meaningful one-on-one conversation with your partner about something real, something beneath the surface, will do more for your relationship today than any date night. And if you're single, use today to genuinely reflect on what you're actually looking for. Not what sounds good. What is actually true for you? For your health today, your nervous system needs quiet. Reduce screen time. Meditate even for 10 minutes. Spend time in nature if you can. The 7 energy is deeply connected to mental health, and the noise of the week so far has been accumulating. Give yourself the gift of stillness today, and your body will thank you by Friday. If you feel lonely today, I want to say something directly to you. The 7 can feel isolating, but that loneliness is not emptiness. It is the energy asking you to look honestly at the architecture of your own life. What is working? What is held together with tape and hope? Thursday is the day you figure that out before Friday asks you to act on it. The lesson of Thursday is this: you cannot build a system you don't understand. Know your numbers before you move your money. Know your heart before you move your life. Friday. This is what we've been building toward all week. We arrive at the 8 energy, and the 8 is the energy of power, achievement, authority, and financial momentum. This is the day the week has been quietly preparing you for. Everything Sarah did from Sunday to Thursday, the ideas, the discipline, the pivot, the restoration, the reflection, it all feeds into today. April 3, 1860. The Pony Express launched its very first mail run from Missouri to California. Nearly 2,000 miles. Dangerous terrain. Unpredictable weather. And they delivered. On time. Because they had prepared, they had the right people in the right positions, and when the moment came, they rode. That is your Friday. For your money today, this is your power window. Negotiate the raise. Pitch the idea. Close the deal. Make the financial commitment you've been building toward. Set the ambitious target out loud. The 8 energy amplifies confidence and authority, and those 2 things are magnetic in any financial conversation. If you've done the groundwork this week, Friday is where it pays off. Literally. For love today, confidence is the most attractive thing you can bring to any relationship. Assert your needs clearly. Know your worth and let your partner see that you know it. If you've been in a relationship where you've been shrinking yourself, today is the day to stop. And if you're ready to take a relationship to a more defined, committed level, this is the energy that supports that conversation. For your health today, your physical vitality is at its peak. Channel it. Hit a fitness milestone you've been building toward. Push a little harder in your workout. Book that health appointment you've been putting off and actually show up for it. The 8 energy gives you the stamina and the will. Use both. Here is the one trap I need to warn you about with the 8. The ego. The 8 can tip into dominance, into needing to be right, into winning the argument instead of winning the outcome. The Pony Express didn't stop in the middle of the route to argue about the best path. Just kept riding. If you find yourself in a power struggle today, at work, in a relationship, anywhere, ask yourself, do I want to be right, or do I want to arrive? The lesson of Friday is this. Sarah delivers today. Mark is still looking for his horse. And we close the week on Saturday with the 9 energy. After everything, the spark, the structure, the disruption, the restoration, the reflection, the power, the 9 asks you to do the hardest thing of all. Let go. April 4, 1968. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. stood before a crowd in Memphis and delivered what would become known as the Mountaintop speech. He spoke about legacy, about the long arc of a movement that was bigger than any one person. He wasn't speaking about himself. He was speaking about what the work was for. And there is something in that energy that belongs to every Saturday of a 9 week. It is not about you. It is about what you leave behind. For your money today, release financial anxiety. I know that sounds simple and I know it isn't. But the 9 energy is specifically asking you to loosen your grip. Consider a small act of generosity, a donation, a gift, covering someone's coffee. The 9 energy has a beautiful law. What you release freely tends to return multiplied. And let go of any money story from this week that didn't go the way you planned. It is done. The next chapter starts tomorrow. For love today, practice forgiveness. Of your partner, for the thing that happened on Tuesday when the 5 energy had everyone on edge. Of your past relationships, for the wounds that are still quietly shaping how you love. Of yourself, for the ways you've shown up less than you wanted to. The 9 energy does not carry grudges. It completes cycles. Let this week close clean. For your health today, detox in every sense of the word. A massage if you can get one. A long bath with the phone in another room. A breathwork session. A slow walk at sunset. Give your body the signal that the week is over and it is safe to rest. The 9 energy is deeply connected to the immune system. What you release emotionally today, your body releases physically too. And if something ended this week, a plan that didn't work, a relationship that shifted, a version of yourself you've been holding on to, let it stay in the past where it belongs. Saturday is for the view from the mountaintop, not for carrying the weight of the climb. The lesson of Saturday is this. Every ending is a numerological promise. The 9 only exists because the 1 is coming. And tomorrow, a new week, a new cycle, a new chance to be Sarah. The secret ingredient of this entire week is anticipation. Not optimism. Not hustle. Anticipation. The ability to look at what's coming and position yourself before it arrives. Mark reacted to every single day this week. He was surprised by Tuesday's chaos, overwhelmed by Thursday's quiet, and unprepared for Friday's power window. And he's a good person. He just didn't know the tie chart. Sarah anticipated. She used Sunday to spark, Monday to anchor, Tuesday to pivot without panic, Wednesday to restore, Thursday to think, Friday to deliver, and Saturday to release. And she will walk into next week lighter, clearer, and further ahead than she was 7 days ago. The question I want to leave you with is simple. What are you building this week that your future self will be grateful for? I'm Judith. This is Cosmic Code. Go build your wall on Monday so you can ride the wave on Friday. I'll see you next week.